stream. Hello, viewers of the internet. Casual browsers of the interwebs. Shut the fuck up, Drake.
Big waves.
Why has he got a moose? Wait a second. Where's Moose Boy? Where did he go? The man had a moose.
Here you go.
Oh, he is a moose. It looked like the horns were on his horse, not on him. This way. Wow, you're slow.
Also riding a lot. I had these guys.
Scroll of escape. Iron skin elixir. Iron skin elixir. Iron skin elixir. Whoa.
The fuck? Why are you getting so many elixirs?
Oh. You're the one that got a fuckload of legendaries yesterday, and I didn't get any. Fucking bitch.
I think I got 2.
You got way more than 2. You got 2 in like one run.
I'm not ready.
Oh yeah, I mean I got legendaries that weren't useful, but I did get them.
Yeah. I get legendaries that aren't useful like all the time when I get legendaries. I rarely get a useful legendary.
I need more spirit. I must wait
I
a
don't know.
minute.
Seems like we do get a relatively same amount though.
Yeah,
At least
just
what
at
I've
different
noticed.
times. Fuck you, Drake.
Wow. That's nice. Look at that.
Be careful! Stop that!
Rock.
Rock.
I must wait a minute.
I wish there was a way to just track the material that you're farming instead of having to open up your inventory every time.
We probably aren't going to get them from these guys.
Yeah, they're animal.
I think they can drop them.
They're as much of an animal as a lycanthrope. They are a lycanthrope. They're goat men.
I'm out of spirit. I must wait a minute.
No.
Why no?
I don't have any crush peas bones. Or I didn't get any. I have some, but I didn't get any more.
If I do get any, I'll just give them to you now.
I don't even know if we can give them to each other. Get juked, motherfucker.
I just wanted to go that way.
Seller. I barely know her. Erra. I barely know her. Brr. Yes,
Oh,
it's a
my
beast
lord.
cave.
Oh, time's just.
I must go to.
Bro, we entered this place and my nipples instantly got hard.
Alright.
Hard with the thought of loot.
Oh
It
my
gave
god.
Demon hearts.
Hold on, wait, Nick. Hang on.
It gave you
How do I
beast
trade
bones,
with
didn't
you?
it?
How do I trade with you?
Right click on me.
I can't give you them.
You fucking whore.
It gave me 5. I can't give you any of them.
That's cringe.
That's depressing.
You know what? Fuck you, Drake. I'm leaving.
I thought I'd be able to give you them.
That's so cringe.
It is locked.
What if I just make a second one and give you the second one?
We could try that.
Because they're 4 per now. They changed it.
No, it was the potion upgrade that was 5. But yeah, we could try that.
Try doing that.
He's gonna be killing beasts.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
Okay, I apparently don't have enough tail time. Found in the mouths of evil. Take one of them at least. And I guess I'll come back.
There's an invisible lichen. Yeah.
Oh, that looks sick on enough health.
It makes me go achoo. Uh-oh. The tree's angry.
The burning bush, no.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Fuck off, tree.
I need more spirits.
For a second, I thought the tree dropped iron chunks.
Let's go down to Menestad. Northwest of Kielvashad.
Must wait till
Event.
Beast.
Is someone
It is a beast
there?
event. Woo.
Should also get these beasts over here too.
Mm-hmm.
Dark all around. Why did Mother go? I don't want to be alone.
I do not have enough spirits. must wait a moment.
Get any? Pretty sure I didn't, but
No.
Sedge.
Let's go right there. Because that's where that cellar is over time. Oh, look at that. I'm so smart.
I assume you went in the cellar.
No shit.
My map was showing that you climbed back up the ladder, so that's why I asked.
It's another beast cellar.
I'm not ready yet.
You good, Drake? Damn. Well, you're fine. You won't be dead, don't worry. I cannot hear you. I heard you say, oh! And that was it. Beast balls! Alright. I'm gonna go craft my shit.
Fountain of oil on my hand. That makes
Check.
17 so far.
Need something forged?
I carry the best shards of the heavens.
Oops, I didn't mean to unsocket that. This one can go right back in. And this goes back in. And this goes in there. What did I have in here? I had like a red one. Weapon. Yep, overpower damage.
Another time, then.
Oh yeah, I need to go craft my potion. La do dee do dee do 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 dee do dee do. Elixir of death evasion. I suppose. Oh, he's back online. I will head. Wait, can I make an elixir shadow resistance? Mm-hmm. I'll do demon slaying. All right, let's go. Bing. There he is.
here.
What's up, baby?
Go without you.
Alright, that was weird.
You shouldn't
I'm
have
gonna
thrown
launch
away the
Diablo and
stone
run to the bus.
either.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, let me load back in, and apparently it just teleported me all the way to Kyovashad.
Cool.
Yeah, so,
It usually does that to protect you, so.
yeah,
We have a head.
that's nice that it
Mephisto
did that
shelters it.
in general.
Get your ass over here. Time to fuck up the demons.
I'm gonna sell some shit quick. Because my inventory is
Sup?
almost completely full.
Oh, that's a great question. I have no clue. I've been naming so many pigs, I have lost track. I'm pretty sure somebody keeps on suggesting Crispy Bacon, but I already have one named Crispy Bacon. So that's a fun thing. I see pigs in my dreams. So many pigs, man.
It's loading. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, did you get a bee spawn while we were doing that?
Yeah. Right as you disconnected, I screamed, Beast Ball! So I have an elixir of demon slaying and elixir of death evasion. So we can
Also,
decide
I
when
did
we're gonna
not
pop
get
those.
a demon slaying one, but I
You've
do
been
have
holding me about this and
just a
that
regular iron
non-stop.
skin
Can you
elixir.
drop it
So.
all?
You should have told me, because I could have made you an
About
elixir demon
me
slayer.
hounding you. It's
Enough! You're both so
Oh
smart.
yeah, I remember
usually.
this part.
Yeah.
usually.
Not today. Yes,
I gotta
the stone
turn
is
my
gone.
volume up.
Instead of arguing, let's do something about it.
You're
If an
quiet, I
artist has
know,
it,
but
let's
I
take
don't
it
care.
back.
Stream doesn't need to hear you.
It is the only way to guarantee Lilith's defeat.
No, not Lilith. You're all wrong about that. The stone should be saved for Mephisto, her maker.
Dude, Nerelli is so fucking based, bro.
You know his powers of manipulation. His
Like,
hatred
everything
has
she
already
says
poisoned
is
us.
just facts.
Even Lilith fears him. Why don't you?
Like,
Are you done?
why would we not use the Soul
I
Stone
am
on
now.
Mephisto?
Think on what I've said, alright?
Yeah, I would have given you elixir of beast or demon slaying had I known you didn't craft one.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't have materials for one.
Nerelli is mega based though. We should use it on Mephisto.
Yeah. I think we've already watched
We saw this
Oh, yeah,
already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
I
just a
can
very
sense
good
your fear.
iron skin
Yeah,
elixir,
she
so-
enters and then it's.
What did you see?
Actually, wouldn't fire resist be really good here?
I suppose it would.
Whether we use you or the stone.
Like it's literally hell.
Yeah,
It's called Burning Hells.
I think. That is kind of funny. It is called. I think. Fire or shadow would be the best here. You ready to enter?
I'm just gonna do iron skin. It gives me straight up 900 armor.
I'm entering.
Okay. I think I just want more armor over specific element. So if I get hit by something, it'll be something stupid.
Everything feels wrong here.
Mortals were not meant to tread this road.
One of those side like loot box things was this right here.
Uh-huh.
And I'll see if I can find another one to show you what it did. Right here, look. These guys. There's one of them that was a loot thing. And it, when I wanted to loot it, like I clicked on it, it just tore its chest open and exploded.
Must wait on
This is going a lot better than last time.
Yeah, when we realized that they were multiple levels above us.
Yeah.
And said,
it goes-
3 would be multiple, would it not?
You know, I'm saying specifically, I think that's
I'm not ready yet. I need more spirit.
Oh yeah, I should put my elixir on. I'll save my elixir of death things for when we get into a boss fight.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna use it right before load. Oh, this. Oh. Oh, ew.
This guy, right here. Look. He like tears his head off and rips his chest open.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm trying to kill these shamans, sorry for kind of dipping on you.
What the fuck?
I'm not ready yet.
I didn't even kill this man and he dropped a legendary staff.
Nice.
What even is this?
You
A
screaming
double
what the
socket
fuck makes
legendary
me
staff.
panic, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know, the man had a double socket legendary staff.
Die, vile shaman. Die.
It's like the rear guard was ambushed. The others must have forged ahead.
George, let the bastards clear a path through.
That works. Oh god.
I was about to say, I really hope you have your own.
Yeah? I'm glad I have the firepower to just melt them. If I didn't alone. We do also actually have the 3 people helping too, which is something.
Very small company. They make something.
It's not a lot, but
It's honest work.
I
yeah.
must wait a moment.
Shaman.
I'm
Very
not
nice. I
ready.
was conscious about it that time I had it.
Conscious about how what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This time it was a helmet. I haven't had a chance to
As long as you don't say something that sounds like you die, it's okay.
Yeah,
Screaming,
that's why I just went,
what
"Oh,
the
okay."
fuck? Makes me think that you got one shot, and I'm like, no!
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't really think of that, but that's fair.
Because the one time that you did get one shot, you said, what the fuck? In like the most, like, just non-emotional Drake voice. I was like, huh?
Oh, this is insane. I didn't even know this existed. Huh. Neat. Oh shit. There are elites back here. I just kind of decided to spawn and say hi.
There's 2 shamans.
Oh, fuck.
I must wait a moment.
But yes, we should kill the shaman first. The shaman is plural of shaman.
Where's the other?
I don't know. He was here.
I think you're delusional.
I think I'm delusional.
Is that on the same page at least?
Whee! I don't know where the fuck he went.
I'm just realizing after that guy died, I just ran right at him.
Oh, there he is.
I don't.
I'm out of spirit.
Where did they go? Right there. Good job, Lorath, or whoever that is. Oh, it's Donan. Donan does that. Donan locks him down. Lorath is the one that puts the marks on the ground that when they step into it, they explode. I don't know what Nairobi does. She's cool. And she doesn't need to do anything.
She just needs to sit there and look pretty.
That was Suster.
What? That's what people at work told me not to do. Was my job wasn't to sit there and look pretty.
Is there anything we can do for them
Well,
now?
that requires you looking pretty.
Yeah, I know. That's why it wasn't my job.
Hellfire.
Oh, I thought that guy was the boss for, or was just an
Keep
elite for a
someone
second.
in.
Oh shit.
Stand back, and I'll dispel the flames. Tanya
Oh,
Subtile.
the spell of the flames.
Demons!
Yes.
Demons! Who would have thought there's demons in hell?
I know, wow! Not me, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, you betcha. Oh, John, oh. Did I tell you the wholesome thing that happened to my mama? Mi madre. So yesterday was her last day with her set of students that she had, and she's moving to like a less like high profile area. You know, she's old and she should probably put her body first because, you know, she has a fucked up finger that doesn't really go back to the way it was. She almost got a concussion. And she broke or like sprained her wrist, but it was bad enough at her age that her wrist is never going to recover. So me and my dad finally kind of convinced her to go to a slightly less like high profile zone. And she's going to do that, but she really liked her students and cared about them, and she made like a memory book for all of them. And one student was flipping out the last day, and their mom, who had never contacted her before, sent a very, very nice message about how much the student loved being in her class and stuff, and how she like always brightened her. Is Prava dead?
It's the Soul Stone.
Yes.
Oh.
And she had the soul stone on her, apparently.
She's not!
Oh, shit. Quick, kill her!
He's not over.
Wait, shit, I missed.
Your father.
Yeah,
It's
you
right
shot
at
me,
you.
you bitch!
I mean,
Nat one.
In the spire.
where is Nereus?
Across this.
But,
Yes, but keep your...
yeah, so yesterday was her last day with students, and it was very wholesome. And, yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say. I'm killing shit. I thought that was Butcher for a second, and I just about shit my pants and said, Drake, skip the cutscene! It's like, I thought he only showed up in dungeon. He was mad that we dodged him last time. He's coming for us.
Fuck. I was saying, oh fuck, what you said.
Yeah. That sound effect is gonna give me nightmares, bro.
What is that?
Yeah. When he hooked me, bro, oh my god, I clenched my butthole so
Just
tight.
dodge.
Well, I didn't know it was coming.
Oh god, it's a shaman.
There you go. They're all in one spot.
I'm not ready.
Like this.
Yeah, this is pretty spooky. What? I was not in there.
Oh my god, what the hell just happened?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was your damage or mine, but one of us just nuked them.
I think it was your damage, because all my things are still charging.
Damn. Oh shit, I can't carry more.
Dumbass. Oh, fuck. What? You can't carry more. You, what a fucking idiot. Me dropping items behind you. That's fine. Every 20 kills I get, that charge thing is super, super OP. If I can, like, time it. Whoosh! I was like, where's Donan go?
Oh. I thought that. Like,
That was
throw on the
free.
ground. Yeah, I thought the throw on the ground was just something that would.
Yeah, like a damage.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, no.
Rest in peace, Donan.
This is what I was thinking. Rest in peace, all of us.
Just dodge, bro.
What do you?
La doo dee doo dee doo, la doo dee doo dee doo, la doo dee doo dee doo, la. Oh!
What?
Do not walk across the fire circle.
Wow, you don't say.
Well, I didn't expect it to almost one-shot me at full fortified HP.
I'm not ready.
Here, Drake, have a sucky bitch.
That doesn't look like that.
She's kind of covered in fire in corner. So.
See that. What did you do to her?
I don't know. We went a little too hard in the paint, man.
Watch out.
I see.
Something's
You know what
bombarding us.
It's coming from the high ground.
Something's bombarding us.
Help me put up
Oh
the
no.
wall. His soul.
Drake. Drake.
What?
Dumbass.
No, we're supposed to stand.
No, we're not. Defeat the ambushers in the burning hell.
Oh shit. We were supposed to stand in it.
We're supposed to stand in it.
I thought we were supposed to stand in it.
Dumbass.
If I learned anything from like the second boss fight in this game, there's a glowy circle standing in it.
Second. You mean the final boss of the first act?
Yeah, that. That's still like the
Boss
second
fight.
boss.
Shredder, Drake. Fuck her up.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, what a pussy.
She really ran from us. SMH in my head.
I kind of want to TP out and TP back in
Why?
so I can scrap myself.
It's the kind of same.
I TP out first. You don't TP yet. Don't. No. Bad Drake. Bad
We
Drake.
can just come right back.
Yeah, but I don't want it to like lose quest progress.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm surprised you still remember the words to the bulwark.
I'm
Faster,
the one
Drake.
who told you that spell.
Tani subtile kitos.
Faster, Drake. How long did it take you to fucking salvage?
I had to put stuff in my chest, and I had
Bruh.
salvage. It was mostly putting stuff in my chest. Oh, it's just
Tani
look at the
subtile
one-handed lady go.
kitos.
Ah, demons! Ah, demons!
That's just one dude. Wow, that jumped his fucking thing.
I must wait a moment.
What the fuck is that?
Stun, stun, stun. Get him, get him, get him. Shred him, Drake. Rip him new anus.
Trying. Pretty much phase him off that.
You did phase him off.
Oh my god, Khadgar almost moved that on me.
Khadgar?
The mage guy.
Still has some eyes in hell.
You knew who I was talking about.
Oh my
knew
god,
exactly who-
Khadgar almost killed me.
Okay, Nick, you knew exactly what I was talking about, alright? You cannot tell me you didn't. Fuck you, let's go. Okay, Nick, deep breath.
I got a feeling this is a boss fight.
Oh, great.
Hello, Nerelli. Oh.
Up there, plenty of
Take cover, take cover. You're supposed to stay in this one, Drake.
I am. Get her. Where the fuck she go? Walked away. Okay. There's a lot of ads.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of are.
Stay in this one, Nick. Oh, fuck.
In.
Working on it.
Bad time to charge. Bad time to charge.
I don't know where the boss is.
She's literally right next to her. You were already shooting her.
It's fine. I'm just kind of shooting it.
Owie. That didn't hurt at all. Stun. Go. Oh. Go. Yeah, Shredder, Drake. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Do the damage, Drake.
glad she died during that.
That would have been funny if she died before that.
Or if it didn't do enough.
But yeah, apparently
Impressive.
there's like an ad phase during Lilith, or like a intermission phase,
You know,
where you, if you do not focus the team things that you're supposed to focus, you fucking die. So focus the things that you're supposed to focus. Wow, this is a really big boss fight. I feel so small and insignificant. Drake, the boss fight started.
What?
There was no dialogue for me. There's a boss fight that almost, yeah. He was jumping right on top.
Oh wow, that's fast.
Whoa, that was cool.
Ah, that hurts.
I had the health bar glitch when you said that, and I stretched it myself.
No. Oh, it didn't hurt that much, but it hurt amount. Yeah, most of my damage is gonna come from my little hybrids. This guy has a long ass range.
Yeah, you're supposed to stay near him.
I'm not ready yet.
Not supposed to do that. I just had a stroke. Imagine having your suffix to your name be the pestilence. Charge. Now dash out the side. Good. Good.
Just
Stunned. Dead. Legendary booty. Wait, that's the exact same affix I already have on my boots. Shadow
Cast
resistance.
Blizzard, it'll periodically spawn exploding ice spikes.
Oh,
Huh.
grats.
I know what I'm putting that into.
Blizzard.
Oh, I already have Blizzard. I want
You should hurry up.
this.
The NPCs are moving. I'm waiting.
See that? See that?
I'm a barbarian.
Yo, look at you go, the whirlwind.
Whoa.
The whirlwind check.
Whirlwind druid. You really thought there was going to be guys on the other side of that, didn't you?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you put your Hydra down.
Any sign of Lilith?
Yeah, sign of Lilith right here.
Any sign of
Lilith is here. Oh. Did you get disconnected?
yeah.
Fuck.
Servers might just be down. Which if so, that's a horrible timing. But
They probably pushed an update right in the middle of our gameplay.
god damn it.
How could they? We are important.
Literally right as we're about to get to the fight too. And at least it didn't happen mid-fight.
Yeah, and we both lost our character.
Yeah, it's down. I can't select any character.
Oh, I'm just closing the game. Because there's probably like a fucking micro update we need to do.
Great.
Imagine they just patched dungeon spamming. Launching game
Check
again.
for updates. Well, there were no updates.
Launch
Two of my
game,
friends
Drake.
are
Launch
still on.
game.
Also, yes, it is loading.
Launch game, Drake. Launch
It's
game.
loading.
Launch
It's
game,
laun-
Drake.
it's
Launch
launching.
game.
Ah.
3-minute queue time. I'm gonna piss.
Good for him.
There was a problem logging in.
Yeah, it happened to me too. Pretty sure it's just down.
But Earth is playing.
And I don't know.
This is your daily dot internet. Are you queued for login again?
No, I didn't bother trying again because I assume it's down.
Fuck you, Drake.
You know what the definition of insanity is?
Yes.
Trying it again, but I don't think it'll work. And I'm throwing my suitcases back on the floor.
Well, I really hope neither of us are dead.
Same. No, it's a 5-minute login.
I have an 11-minute.
Huh.
I'll be right right back. Problem connecting. Gosh dang it. Gosh diggity doggone dang it, Drake.
It's still in queue for me.
Always be remembered for how you led with your heart. Rest in peace, noble soldier. You will always be remembered for how you led with your heart. Right into a blade. There's no coming back from that one.
Ethan is calling
Rest in
me.
peace, noble soldier. You will
Okay.
always be remembered for how you led with your heart. Right into a blade. There's
Yeah, couldn't log in. I will let you answer, Ethan. I'm gonna watch a video in bed.
Oh, I didn't call him.
Oh, I thought you said he called you.
Yeah. He said he wanted to play Diablo, and I said servers are down, and anyways, Drake and I were doing a hardcore run. Don't you dare go lay in bed.
I was
'Cause
gonna
you're
watch a
not going
video.
to get out of bed.
I was just laying in bed for
I
like
hate you.
last. I was laying in bed since servers went down. I was just looking at my phone.
Die. Bow, 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 bow.
The truth of Diablo 4 after level 82. How I actually feel.
Let's talk about how I honestly feel in Diablo 4. I've gotten to level 82. I have basically completed my renown at this point.
There it is.
I have got all the altars of Lilith.
There are currently free limited
obviously
time
beat the campaign and all of them in World Tier 4. My
That's
gear
more
is
than me.
looking pretty stout. I don't really know what left I could really farm at this point other than experience and do the pinnacle boss and, you know, like a few other things at the moment. I farmed, God knows, too many legendaries, done a bunch of PvP. You can see I got some ears in here too. I've been doing PvP, been playing with friends. I've also been playing solo. So I've had a pretty good amount of experience, and this is coming from a druid's perspective. Now, I have seen a lot of feedback related to this game, both extremely positive as well as extremely negative, and I have yet to find too much of good nuanced conversation around the good and the bad around this game. I'm going to do my very best to ride that line fairly. So let's talk about the good first and what I like about the game. I think the game, people say, is overwhelmingly complicated, but I actually think it's fairly decently simple. I think the skill tree isn't too confusing. It looks very confusing at the beginning, but legitimately all of these are linear. So this
I don't think the skill tree is complex enough. Personally, I wish that there was another fork for each of these different spells. Like maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe it's too complex at that point. But like personally, I'd like to see a little bit more. It's my opinion.
isn't something where you really have to worry
I'm
about
not saying PoE,
matching things
just a
too
little
much. I
bit
think
more.
the Paragon board looks very confusing until you actually try using it,
So you look
and
it
then you
up on
realize,
actual-
yes, it's still a little bit confusing, but it's not really as bad as it seems. If you can understand 90-degree angles and turning things, you can basically understand a Paragon board once you actually get your hands
Sure.
on it. Just looking at it, it looks very confusing. The way items work, the way legendaries work, the way uniques work, the way you acquire these all seem decently well explained. So, and I will say there are some things, for instance, like aspects having different tiers. For instance, the ancestral and the sacred being different colors and literally named different. Offensive aspect of the raging. This is an ancestral legendary, but this one is a sacred legendary. And having
ancestral is tier 4, I believe, and sacred is tier 3.
Absolute, basically no difference in terms of what these items actually do, I think can also be extremely confusing as well. For instance, I have very often seen people say things like ancestral legendary aspects are better than normal. See how this one, it goes 1 to 5 seconds and is a maximum row of 5 seconds. But then this is a normal legendary ring that goes 1 to 5 seconds as well. It just says 3 there. And the reason people don't even realize it goes all the way to 5 seconds is because they have their tooltips off. So, and this is by default. So they have their advanced tooltips off by default. Shout out to Woody Joe actually for informing me about this because I didn't know this originally. And then they see it says 3 seconds here as well. And they think that one's lower than...
It's just casual players don't know shit about the game, right? Like, I feel like if you... It would be nice if you could hold down Alt or Control whenever you mouse over something, and Alt or Control would enable the advanced tooltips for that item.
My aspect, that's 5. So ancestral is higher. And so there's a lot of misinformation and confusion coming from a large amounts of players in the game, and that can get spread. So I do think there are some things that are fairly poorly explained in the game. However, once you understand the fundamentals of the mechanic, it becomes significantly more enjoyable.
Also, being crowd controlled, I don't think it's adequately explained what being crowd controlled means. I think that if you asked 100 people, what does being crowd controlled mean? You would not get 100 of the same answer. Or would you count, like, let's say a 10% slow or a taunt as crowd control, or would you count a stun as crowd control? Right? You see kind of what I'm saying? Because, like, in Diablo 4, any type of crowd control is the same thing. So like a lot of barbarians, for example, go with hamstring. Hamstring makes bleeds slow you. And guess what? Now you just take advantage of 100% crowd control uptime. Both you have soft CC and hard CC. Yeah, but I think if you ask somebody, like, would you consider, like, would they consciously acknowledge that, like, a 10% slow would count as CC? I bet a lot of people wouldn't think that.
I do think there is something to be said for the world's size. I feel like the actual size of the world, the fact that these Legion events, which, by the way, you can farm free horse cosmetic from here that's like a ghost horse. Really cool. I think that the actual size of the map is significant. When I'm teleporting around the different areas, I do feel the variety in terms of what the landscape looks like. I do think it is fair to say that what a lot of people, the feedback I have read, is that people were surprised that so many of the minions look alike. This is true. It is a Diablo game. Hell is running over, and a lot of the demons are twins, apparently. So I do believe that
this is how it was in Diablo 4 or Diablo 3. I didn't play all the way through Diablo 2. I'm not sure. Most games have, I mean, like Elden Ring has rerun characters. I mean, it is what it is.
Something to be said for that. I don't know how you fix that within the ARPG hack and slash genre, to be fair, but I do understand that criticism, and I accept that. Now, in terms of the early, mid, and late game, I would like to get into that feedback as well. I think the early game is the most exciting. You're pushing through the story. What you're trying to do is fairly well explained. You're trying.
I'll also reiterate, the early game experience for barbarians and druids is bad. I think it is infinitely less fun than a sorcerer or a rogue. They are worse for no reason. It doesn't need to be that way. Just change the modifiers on the spells. Problem solved.
And to do the yellow stories, they are very easily marked. There is good story dialogue. There is very good voice acting.
Yes.
This is Blizzard after all, so there's also very good cutscenes. Me personally, I found some of the boss fights to be way better than some of the other boss fights. I'll put it that way in order to keep the spoilers free. However, I have heard mixed reviews on the boss fights, so I will take that one under advisement, as this is just my own personal opinion. I think it is not clear upon meeting.
I think it's kind of fair. Like, I'm just going to leak this. If you don't want a spoiler, too bad. Ashava, the world boss, is like one of the last bosses in the campaign. That wasn't super cool. That was dumb.
playing the game, what to do after the campaign, and I actually believe this is a good thing. I think the fact that it does not immediately tell you, go and farm nightmare dungeons, go and max your renown, but instead you get the sense of the world has opened up to you. I actually enjoy that a good deal. I am an old school RuneScape player. I've played RuneScape since 2001 when it came out from Devious Mud. I'm actually older than I look, to be honest with you guys. So for that reason, I very much enjoy open world. I do not like hand holding. I like games that give me a character, and I feel like I am brutally trying to survive within the elements around me and figure out what's going on in the game. So I like that. The only thing I don't like is terrible, trashy UIs and bad quality of life. I will say the UIs could be improved. I'm not calling them trashy. I'm saying those are things I don't like. There is.
What do I have to say? The thing that everybody else is saying. Where the fuck is the gem tab, Blizzard? Come on. Like, what is this? What? Just like, what do we need? Like, we need a tab for consumables, but we don't have a tab for gems? Oh my god. It's just such a waste of space. It sucks. Just give us a gem tab. It should have happened in, and no, I don't want it to be a DLC because then I owe that guy $500. Remember, I bet against that. No, just put it in the game. Just say, hey guys, we hear you. You want gem tabs? All right, we're going to do it.
There's aspects of that I don't like. I would say right now, having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 gem slots all slotted up with gems is extremely annoying. Having no gem bag is extremely annoying. And having inventory space, you guys saw already my, let me walk over here and show you. You guys already saw my storage stash. And having a storage stash that is completely full with legendaries is very annoying. You might think, okay, this sounds
I wish we had more storage room.
Like suffering some success. Oh, damn, you got so many legendaries, you know, fuck you. But that's not what I'm saying. I cannot not pick these up if I want to. These are forced to be picked up to me. Unfortunately, I'm going to turn the alerts off so I don't keep spamming. Unfortunately here, these are forced for me to acquire. The reason is if a legendary drops in the field and I do not want that legendary and I leave the dungeon, when I go to my stash, that legendary shows up right here. And it gives me two options. I can either put it in my inventory or I can put it in the stash. Does not give me an auto salvage ability. Does not give me anything like that. Also, the stash has no way for me to filter or search through, basically forcing me to go and hit the sort button in order to make them sort by type and then look through all the chest plates, etc. until I find one I want. So very often.
That's true. It would be nice if we had a search function. Yeah. It would just make the game better. That's it.
And what I find myself doing is not wanting to look through 3,000 different items to find min-max rows from these tiny little texts that my eyes are blurring from playing the game 24 hours a day literally anyway. So instead I'm just crunching everything and not giving a fuck. So I think that that is probably some poor gameplay design in terms of the stash and the UI with these items. Now, that is going to be probably my primary negative feedback. There's one other point I would like to make, which is the dungeons. There are a lot of them. You are not required to clear all of them, but there are plenty of codexes here I have already done, as you can see, and there are plenty more still left.
I find the dungeon system to be totally fine and completely okay. However, if Blizzard asks me to refarm all of these things, I will probably do it once for Season 1, and afterwards I will probably never play Diablo 4 again. Because if I have to refarm 115 different dungeons and farm out that much renown, that's not fun. There were many leagues in PoE that I just didn't play the league because I thought about all of the different, like, oh, so then I have to get the Conqueror Stones, and then there's the Watch Stones, and then I have to level up the Watch Stones, and then I have to kill the Conquerors in a different level, and then do the maps, and I'm just, oh, fuck, well, I'm just gonna play WoW. You know, like, it's just not a good time. Conquerors are shit, yeah.
I do like the variety of having the legendary aspects at a minimum row. I think that's smart. So there is still a way and a reason to farm normal legendaries and not just use codex for everything. But this also makes certain builds more viable early and allows certain types of players to be able to build certain types of classes earlier than otherwise would have been possible with just pure RNG of getting the legendary items. This is almost like sort of being able to craft legendaries or set items from Diablo 3. This is the way of guaranteeing certain items. I think this was probably a necessity to keep players encouraged because of the difficulty of the game. Now, speaking of the difficulty of the game, I've seen mixed opinions. I've seen people speaking that the game plays very slow, that the gameplay is very hard, it is very brutal, and I Enjoy that is what people will say. Then I will see people that say this is way too easy. I'm blasting through everything. I got to in-game in 2 days, and I don't understand what I'm supposed to do now. So
That's where I'm at. I'm gonna be honest. I one-shot Lilith. I didn't even die. I died once on the capstone dungeon, and this is on tier 2, because I didn't know where he would teleport on top of me and then do like the 3-prong attack. I didn't think he was gonna do it twice. It killed me once, and that was it. Then I went back, I killed it, was easy. I didn't even try to get my gear. I didn't upgrade anything. I just went in raw, and that was it. And this is on World Tier 2 as Barbarian, as Whirlwind build. I don't really think it was that hard. All of the Nightmare dungeons I've done after that have been pretty easy too. I don't struggle at all. I think the difficulty is fine though, because I played Barbarian in, I didn't play Barbarian, I played like a fucking Chieftain and shit like that in PoE before, Shadow, Slayer, right? I played Barbarian in Diablo 3. I played Berserker and Lost Ark. Like, I understand the game better than an average player does in terms of like movement and avoidance and stuff like that. Do with a non-meta build, bro. Whirlwind is not a leveling meta build, especially not for bosses. Yeah, it's not that great.
My addressing to these points is really, I have multiple points to this, but I'm going to start with the most obvious, which is that players like me who are playing 24 hours a day in order to actually either make content creation on this or learn the entire game before the casual player in order to explain things to the casual player for the sake of media like YouTube views and Twitch growth, etc. We are not the standard players and should not be balanced around. The game should be balanced around the casual dad who comes home after a long day of work. He has kids that are yelling. He wants to sit down with his 1 beer a day and play for 2 hours. I think that is the target audience because this is now Diablo. The majority of the people playing this are in 30 to 45 age bracket. They're old school gamers that enjoy the game very much, and they do not have 24 hours a day to play this game.
Yes.
So I do believe that while I agree it is possible for people like me to get to the point of now all I'm doing is essentially grinding the same thing over and over again very quickly, I do not believe that should be in the conversation in terms of overall complete balance. I think
that goes even farther to explain my point that I think it's very problematic that players might have to refarm renown or these time sink side activities during the seasons. That is such a massive barrier to entry that I don't think I'll play any Diablo seasons after the first one if I have to do that more than twice.
Very often, the casual average game player, because I know there's hardcore community in these games, I understand, I myself am one. Again, I play RuneScape, takes the most hours out of any game, the max, okay? That's just true. I understand that there is audience for these things, but the vast majority of players are not the 1%, like maybe you, the viewer, who is a very good long-term PC hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
That is a small percentage of the players, and the most players are probably never even going to hit level 82. I don't think the majority of players are going to.
I think like the casual / hardcore players will, but the casual players, the majority players, probably will not.
Farm all 180 or something altars of Lilith that I farmed in order just to get the +2 strength on each type of one of these. I don't see that happening, nor do I see the average player going into the Paragon board and spending 15 hours of their day while they drink their 1 beer to be able to figure this out. I do think what we will see is a vast majority of those casual players looking up a couple guides, a couple of tips and tricks. I myself have seen those search terms coming through. I know you guys are looking for them, figuring out the game on that level, and then playing through a pre-planned build. I think that's going to be a lot of players. However, in my personal mind, this would be a mistake. And the reason I say this is this game is actually, I think, very well suited for that casual type of player. I think the world tiers, seeing that there's only 4 of them, meaning every time you go from a world tier, it feels like a significant accomplishment. When you start in world tier 1...
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. Having like 75 different variations of difficulty is crazy. I'd be okay if they added a 5th one, if they stopped scaling at 80. But like, yeah, I don't want to see like Torment 75. Greater Rift level 131? Oh my god!
You bump up to World Tier 2 if you're not, and again, if you're min-maxing, you should start in World Tier 1, as it is going to be faster, and you will blast through it faster, so you can get to Tier 3 faster, and you skip to its entirety. But if you are the average user, you will start in maybe 1, think this is too easy, or maybe you just don't want to blast through things, you go to 2, and then each and every minion is going to feel like its own challenge, and that might actually be something that you enjoy personally.
Sure.
I also think that the discoverability of this game is insane. I think when you walk around the world and you discover these different dungeons, the different players that you'll see, the different events that will happen, you'll notice the codexes that will have rewards in them.
I think it would be cool if you could loot an item that would help you find the altars of Lilith without having to look them up. Like, for example, you know, like in WoW, how you can go around, and if you're near a dragon riding rune, it will, like, your dragon will be like, and then it'll say your dragon senses a dragonkin rune, or a dragon riding rune. And I think that the horse should be like, and then it's like, oh, okay, there's one over, you know, and it's like you know, there's like a faint light that goes in a certain direction. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Because, like, I just feel like the gameplay, it feels bad going through the game and knowing that these things are out there, but knowing also that it would be stupid to try to get every single one while you're leveling up. It just creates like a weird, it's like a weird thing where, like, if you were able to just, like, notice that they were there or have some sort of, like, an indication of that, I just feel like the gameplay for that would be way better.
Even quests that are sort of hidden, like, for instance, I have some areas I haven't even uncovered yet and I've been playing the whole time. I think that is a fantastic addition to a Diablo game. I have played Diablo 3 significantly, and in my time playing Diablo 3, I felt like every single map was basically a linear path. It is me walking down a sidewalk to get somewhere.
Yes.
Whereas in this, I actually do feel like I'm on a map. I'm on a landmass. I'm on a area.
I would agree with this.
Whatever you want to call it. I'm in a world.
Yes.
Is what it actually feels like. That is a step up in terms of environment, which I think is heavily important for the average player. I think that's heavily important to feel like you're within an actual world. I think this is doubled down by the fact that when you're walking around on the map, you'll also very much experience unique type of monsters. So they'll have like a star that will show up and have a unique monster, and also the side quests, which are crucially important, by the way, for min-maxers for renown. You'll want to do these blue quests. Don't sleep on them. It's a mistake I made. I also believe that these side quests do a good job at getting you to areas that you don't normally go, like
yeah, this is good. All of what he's saying, this is definitely so true. So true and so real. I think having the side quests and getting people out into the world is, like, super important. And, like, the environment of the world is cool. I personally wish that there was more of, like, you know, like Act 3, the hell area, whenever you're going down to Asmodan? I wish that we had more of that in Diablo 4. Because I feel like the only real vibe that I get from that is at the end of the campaign. Yeah, a little bit more hell. Maybe we'll get that in an expansion. I'm assuming that we will. But personally, yeah.
Tell me what's right here other than Altar of Lilith that's down there.
It's good
There's
enough.
nothing
Yeah,
here.
it's
so in order to
beyond
get you
good
there, they
enough.
got a side quest to get you there to experience that. I also think the fact that after you beat the campaign, you can make a new character, skip the campaign, and start in multiple different regions is actually a very great quality of life for people that play through the game, beat the campaign, and then just want to try a new class because they're not trying to go to level 100 and min-max one class. Level 100 takes a very long time. The experience leveling in this game is very different than some of the previous games. And so for that reason, I think this was also a good addition. I also want to mention that I'm seeing a lot of people get very angry about balance changes. I myself did sort of a half-hearted meme video on the Druid balance changes. I was kind of...
I mean, like, the truth is that I don't like, obviously Whirlwind Barbarian needed to be nerfed as many times as it was. And I still think Whirlwind Barbarian is good. I'm still playing it. I just don't like the play. I don't like the play style that the nerfs require you to go behind. I don't like the idea of like a feast and famine gameplay where like half of the time your character sucks and you have to use these really shitty builder spells in order to do the fun spells. Like, I don't like that. I wish you, why can't we just go big dick all the time? Especially at endgame. Yeah, I don't like the rotation. I don't like the forced builder spender system in like pretty much all the classes except for, what's it called? The sorcerer, or whatever the fuck it's called in this game. That's it. Because big dick becomes the norm, big dick doesn't exist anymore. I disagree. Like, for example, in Lost Ark, every single one of my abilities, except for, you know, my interrupt ability, is a big dick ability. You know, Hellblade, big dick. Finishing Strike, big dick. Swordstorm, big dick. Everything is big dick, and it feels good the entire time. It never stops feeling good. Also, look at PoE. What's the only spell I'm casting if I'm playing Cyclone? Cyclone. I don't have to build up something to use Cyclone. Maybe if you're using Vol Soul, I'm not going to use Vol Cyclone. But if you're using a Vol spell, maybe that's it. But other than that, no.
Kind of joking around, but at the most part, I thought Druid legitimately, I was surprised with the nerfs. Even people like me who are complaining about nerfs to classes for the in-game, my opinion, while it may matter, does not matter as much as balancing the game around the average user and what they experience. And I think that average user, the changes were probably for the best.
I don't, like, obviously the Barbarian nerfs sucked, but like, guys, Barbarian was busted. Like, it was like, this was Barbarian and these were the other 4 classes. It wasn't even remotely close. It could literally crit for billions of damage. It still is? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is they nerfed it 50 times. It's still one of the best classes. Gores was just too much? Yeah, it was disgusting. So, like, I understand why they nerfed it. I just don't like the playstyle that the nerfs make you do. And this is something I said right from the beta, is I don't like the builder spender system that, like, every class basically has except for Sorcerer. I just think it sucks. It feels bad to have to use your builder spells. And I don't think that you should have to feel bad while playing the game. And I think that Lost Ark proves that you can have a array of really fun spells and you don't have to have bad spells to make the good spells feel better.
Trying to make sure that some classes are not so complete outliers that every single person feels like if you don't play this class, you're just stupid.
Exactly.
I hate it in games when I join a game and everyone's like, you're playing that class? What a loser. I hate that personally. I think I really enjoy being able to feel like I identify with my character, which this game does very well. When I'm playing Druid, I want...
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet.
Somebody tell me why my toilet sounds like this. He's hunting.
So stay. Sean, stay.
Look.
So, is this cyberbullying? Because I kinda feel bad for robots now. This scientist wanted to see how fast this robot could recover after being knocked down. This guy thought it would be a good idea to approach an injured grizzly bear.
He's hurt.
Put him out of his pain, or you let him live and suffer.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Poor thing.
Dude, don't get close.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy.
No, Luna, no! Oh my god, Luna, get it!
The ability for artificial intelligence to read your thoughts is now here. Scientists did an experiment where people would have their brains scanned while they were watching a video. The image on the right is the AI trying to decipher what exactly the person was watching. The technology is getting so good that scientists are confident that we will soon be able to get video recordings of our dreams.
Alter, das ist so krass einfach.
You can see the moment this dog feels dumb after accidentally ringing the doorbell. This guy tried to show off at his graduation ceremony. This is some incredibly satisfying tree work. This company made a robot that is smart enough to put in eyelash extensions. For those who are afraid of losing an eye, if it's somehow malfunctioned, it's not even strong enough to break through toilet paper. The east coast of the United States currently has the worst air quality in the world. The Canadian wildfires are pushing smoke down south into the USA. Here's how quickly the conditions changed in New York City on Tuesday. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Penis.
True.
I'm not racist, I swear.
No conozco banderas del mundo. Gay.
Hey! Oh god.
Hey! You're not allowed to do that. Put it back.
Hey bro, please don't look, but that girl been staring at you all day. Hey, what's up, my boy? How you been? You hear that new dress?
Teddy.
Okay, dude.
Tell everybody what you got last Sunday.
I got a fortune cookie that said in 6 days' time will be your lucky day.
Which is today.
Yes, today is my lucky day. 6 days' time.
What have you just found out?
My hamster's dead.
Jesus. Oh, that's cute.
Look at this dude. No, no, no.
I am the storm that is approaching.
Did you know that a baby's first words are much more likely to be dada rather than mama? This is because the majority of babies are sexist and hate women.
What is the dumbest tattoo that you've ever gotten?
Boing, 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 boing.
That's not even that bad. That's kind of cool, I guess.
So, Carl, what seems to be the problem? She said if I do one more Borat impression, then she's gonna divorce me.
Okay, and who said that?
My wife!
I mean...
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Okay, dude.
Damn. Here we go again.
I mean,
Jesus. Guys, I hate saying this relatable, but Jesus.
Here we go again.
Jimmy, check it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jimmy, I think I'm stuck. I think you gotta help me out of this. I'm on it. Oh, John, I think I'm stuck too. Jimmy, are you humping me? What the hell, man? God damn it.
The guy who runs the auction down the road, he passed away.
What?
He was so young as well. What was he, like 30, 35, 40, 45, 45, 50, going 50?
Good one, dude.
Pepega.
Is that a cow? Huh?
Having a partner is a blessing, true or false?
True.
So the more partners you have,
The more blessings you get.
Things you didn't know had names, part 12. You're gonna think I made today's word up, but it's 100% real. Niggly wiggly. What the heck is...
Oh my god, Frank. Get down. What is happening? Oh, sweetie.
How can you be my wife, my queen, my soulmate? These times man can see your pussy for $4.99 a month, bruv.
Yeah, but then
Netflix is £10, bruv.
Yeah, but then
Netflix is £10. That means my girl's pussy is worth less than Netflix, bruv.
Oh, how cute. How cute. What the do you think you're doing?
This is pretty good.
Bimbo via Google is an attractive but unintelligent or frivolous young woman.
Lara, welcome.
Oh my
What's the
God.
slow burn joke you got for us?
So when my husband and I first started going out, he was a really bad snorer, and what he told me was when he lay on his back, his balls would cover his anus and create airlock, and that's why he snores.
In his stage, while he was snoring, just kissed by picking them up to see if they weren't blocking his toot hole.
I cradled his for 3 years before I figured it out.
What a legend!
No shot.
Try hard 57. What?
Oi!
Period!
What?
I'll fight you for it.
I used the VPN and put it towards Jamaica. Let's just say, bro, I'm gonna let the clip speak for itself.
Dude, this guy's like a bunch of monkey clips. Does he have like a monkey pet? Okay, dude. That Fall Guys. I'm good. Next.
What can white people do that black people can't? This is easy. When something is really funny, we are able to
give him that. I'll give him that.
Okay, but do you know why that is? Also, that was funny. It goes back to slavery. On those plantations.
For 3 hours.
Oh, buddy, you hit the legs today, huh?
Oh, hell no.
You alright, boss? Thank you.
What is that? Let it play, bitch.
I would be so mad, bro.
What? Dan's game XDDDDDD XDDDD.
Average League of Legends player, by the way.
Lol.
How many sneezes is that, bro? He keeps going.
Rosie. 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 Rosie.
I wasn't awake. You didn't see that?
Okay, but tell me why I walked into my room and I immediately panicked. Because I walk in here, there are no birds in the cage. There are no birds there. Look, they're not even eating. Nothing. I'm like, did they
They're
escape
underneath the
somehow?
fucking
No.
blanket.
They're huddled in front of the mirror having their little CEO meeting.
Oh, that's cute. That reminds me of like the Minecraft clip.
They're going to need to know about that project to figure out.
Chat, you know what I'm talking about? What?
He just.
Okay, dude.
What the f was that?
That guy's laughing.
Someone took a sip in an old bucket of paint, and my employee thought it was only paint, and this was his reaction.
Surely. Okay, dude. Was that Detroit? Oh wow. Okay. Why does your hair look like a hat? I don't know. Why does your dick look you win.
What's up, man? Before I start, has anyone ever told you that your mustache...
Why does your hair look like a hat? I don't know. Why does your dick look
Bro, just gave up.
Before I start, has anyone ever told you that your mustache looks like two mice kissing?
Two mice?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Holy shit! Oh my god.
That's all I've been able to see.
Fuck.
One wonder of the world. Another wonder of the world.
Yeah, everybody wonders why you look like that.
Is that one of the first viral videos ever?
Got you some friends to see.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, look at you looking handsome with your hair.
Oh, what? What are they?
get them out my room.
Frankie and Reggie.
Well, they're ugly. They're horrible.
I mean, stating facts. Oh, what is that?
Looks like she's writing cursive. Beautiful. Looks like a cursive A. Or is it penis? It is.
Hey, Maverick.
TTP, bro. Time to pee.
One time. Go ahead.
Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you.
Hey.
He's getting jiggy with it. Yeah.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Hell yeah.
Has 50 legs but can't walk.
He committed to the bit.
What is it?
25 disabled people.
Who's this guy? Huh? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Huh? Okay, dude.
I forgot my dad's in a meeting and I just left. And he came in and closed my door.
Jesus. Jeez. That looks really unsafe. What is this? I remember doing that when I was a kid. Okay, dude. Okay. Okay.
It
40
ain't
months
much,
ago,
but
I
it's
found
honest.
a one-of-kind streamer. His name was Felix, aka XQ.
Welcome, Juggleman. Thanks,
Can
Paulie.
you welcome me to the jungle?
That's a whole cock.
So this is 50,000 right here in cash.
Alright.
So you sure you Brandon?
I'm Brandon.
Cause I'm just supposed to deliver it to him.
Exactly.
So you sure you Brandon? This is
Brandon.
50,000 right here.
I'm Brandon.
Spell Brandon.
B-R-A-D-O.
Huh?
B-R-A-N-D-O-N.
So you sure this Brandon?
Absolutely, man.
How long you been knowing him?
What, 6 years? 6 7 years.
Cause this is $50,000, and we put $50,000. $50,000. I'm Brandon. Him.
Jesus.
Ciao. Ciao.
James.
I don't get it. I don't know what that is. I haven't mentioned that.
$49-month sex QCL.
Why do you do that? Oh no! So when they fight, what do they do when they fight? Do they bite?
That's a frog, isn't it?
A frog, isn't it? Till they're exhausted.
Character things. Listen, things that I got here, so.
When you go to visit your long-distance GF at college,
Bro, what's this mother thing? The Saturn bug?
Look at this nice break, a little love tap on the 10-pin. Chris Vige is feeding it out to that 4-5.
Boom.
And look at this pin action.
Oh. Oh. Jeez. No shot. Nah. No shot.
Versus sus. Celebrity boobs. Let's go. Hers are sus. Addison's are real. Christie's are sus. Maybe John too. Just kidding. Real. And if you watch her Netflix documentary, you can actually see them. These are real. I think she actually had internet.
This is waking up next to Gordon Ramsay after a night out.
Morning, my darling. How did you sleep? Good. Amazing news. How did I sleep? Not so good, my darling. Why? Oh, I had a bad dream, didn't I? A kitchen nightmare, if you will. What was it about? Oh, nothing really. I just dreamt that I was strapped to a chair and someone was taking a power drill to my f***ing skull. Oh, no, wait a minute. That wasn't a dream. It was you! Snoring all through the night like a pig! You're a
Too long, too long, too long. Hmm? Hmm?
I still got a booking quill.
Nice. I think I'm gonna put this on my.
Hey, Dada, don't forget this. This is with the golden horse on it.
What is this? Love? Did you write that to me?
Yeah.
Oh man. Why are you trying to make me cry, dude?
I'm not trying to make you
That was
cry.
pretty adorable.
I just want you to receive that.
Yeah? You just want me to know that you love me? I love you too, bud. Okay?
Okay.
Very much.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, so awesome. Get that off my screen. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man.
He's all in.
He's all in.
He's all in.
I'm a ticker too.
More.
Most solid iPhone.
Trying the microphone, and I hope this comes out right,
because, oh, I should say a period, right? I'm sorry. Wait. Wait a minute. Oh. Breathe deep. Okay. Well, what does that say? Wait a minute. I'll read it. Okay. What is it? Say, wait a minute. I read it okay. Who read it okay? Is she answering me? Is she talking back to me?
Hey, Brittany. What? I have to go to work, so we're gonna have to miss Sonic today. Sorry.
B21, girlfriend's 19, been dating for months now. Things are going great. This woman named Jo comes out of effing nowhere into my life. She's my new coworker at my company. Find out she has no money, no place of residence, moved here for the job and can no longer afford her hotel. I've been needing a roommate, so I offer.
Long time ago.
Or mustard.
Damn. All the way to the end of the video? Okay. I enjoyed that. Okay, boys, I think it's time for games. Somehow.
Hey, this is Cam with Blacktail Studio, and this week I try to take over 1,000 square feet of denim, 20 gallons of epoxy, most of which ends up on my floor, and turn it into one of the coolest things I've ever built, and in the end, I give it away to a viewer.
What, really?
So there's a guy that makes denim into sunglasses with epoxy.
For the last 8 years, I've been learning how to make sunglasses out of denim.
And I make a lot of things with epoxy. So I figure we can cut these up, little pieces, or I guess kind of big pieces. I don't want pockets and stuff in there. And we'll make a table out of it. Okay. Easy enough? Sure. My original idea was to get a bunch of used jeans from Value Village, and if you're wondering why I didn't go to Goodwill, it's because Goodwill is the worst. Anytime I show up there with a bag of totally useful goods, they act like I'm trying to donate one of my paintings to get it hung in the Smithsonian, and they end up turning me away. So anyway, I only shop at Value Village now, but this is my idea. Go to Value Village, buy a bunch of jeans, cut them into thin strips, laminate those with epoxy, and turn it into an awesome table. However, there was a problem with that. I think we're gonna need a lot of denim.
Is that not enough?
No, this
doesn't look like enough.
This definitely will not be enough, but I'm wondering how short I am. So each one of these was 0.025 to 0.03. It's 70 layers. Do you know how much money that is? So at like $8 a pair, that's $1,700 worth of jeans. And I don't even know if that's enough.
Can you just buy denim?
As it turns out, the calculations that I was doing were for a table roughly half the size that I was trying to build. So instead of $1,700, it was actually going to be closer to $3,400 worth of Value Village jeans. So instead of that, I went to a bulk denim supplier online, got 70 yards of this even thicker denim for about $550 delivered. At this point in the project, I was feeling surprisingly right at home because I am not a snob about hardly anything clothing related except for two, the jeans that I wear and the t-shirts that I wear. And one of the reasons why I haven't sold merch for the last few years is all of those print-on-demand suppliers just have horrible quality, so I didn't sell anything. And finally, I am working with someone who I actually know based here in the US that does really, really high quality t-shirts, something that I would actually wear. So if you're interested in getting a Blacktail Studio t-shirt, it's gonna be a limited run. There's a link in the description if you wanna check that out, but it is a very good, actual high quality shirt that you'll enjoy wearing. So here is the bad idea I have in my head at this point. I have 50 sheets of denim cut, I have a ton of this liquid glass deep pour epoxy, and the reason I'm using this liquid glass epoxy is it has the longest working time because this is going to take me all freaking day. 2, it cures the hardest, and 3, it remains the clearest, so it'll give me that truest denim color in the end. I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be cool. I think this could be the coolest thing I've ever done.
Ever done?
No, I don't know. I don't want to put too much pressure on it, but...
I'm cool with going with coolest thing you've ever done.
All right, high pressure, high reward, but I am more sure that this is going to be the worst thing I've ever had to go through. I knew this was going to be pretty uncomfortable. However, I had no idea how bad this would get. I got this Rubbermaid tub here and I poured in, I believe, 9 gallons of epoxy, and I thought I would just dip the denim in, pull it out, kind of wring it out lightly with my hands. However, when I pulled this first one out, I had a bit of a shock when I realized just what I was in for. Oh my god, this is going to suck. It's like so thick, dense. My hands are too weak. There is not a lot of information out there on working with denim and epoxy, so I watched every video from that Mosevik sunglass guy, and I learned I need to squeegee out all excess epoxy after every layer, so I have to go through this entire process 50 times. 1.
Everyone.
50 to go. 40 no, only 49. Yeah. What a shitty idea. What a horrible idea this was, Scott. I will be the first to admit that this is not the best way to approach this project if I was to do it again. However, this was deliberate. I thought by not having the sides to the form, I could just easily squeegee all excess epoxy into that tub with maybe a few drops here or there, but I found that didn't quite work as I planned. Oh god. I'm gonna eat shit. Oh, this is getting worse. Are you rolling?
Yeah. Oh gosh. How'd that happen?
I don't know. I would not be a very good Ebola doctor. $1,000 of epoxy in so far.
Oh god, this queue time.
The confidence I had at the start of the video, I think I was like, best project ever. Yeah. It didn't even look good.
Not yet.
Edit that out. It's gonna look great. That was the first time I got crabs. I feel like I was in my epoxy prime, like in my mid-30s. My epoxy golden years now. Thought I seemed slimier than normal. I'm sure somebody out there has always wondered how long does it take to saturate 49 sheets of denim and then carefully layer one on top of the other. And for that person, we are about 5.5 hours into the project at this point, and also used about 21 gallons of epoxy, which I'm embarrassed to say most of that is kind of squeezed out or leaked out. So again, not a very efficient way, but my first try, and no, this is still pretty bad even for a first try. Alright, how many's left in the pile?
Just one.
Okay, so that'll be tentatively our top layer after these are run through the planer. And this will be our last one.
Cool.
Now, I get a lot of really helpful replies in the comment section, and Occasionally, I get some really bad ones. I will have people that suggest something like, you should measure your epoxy volume using buckets of sand instead of a tape measure, or you should divorce your wife because I don't like the way she reacted to that thing that you built. Both of those are bad suggestions, and I usually don't listen to those very closely. However, I do get a lot of good suggestions, and if you feel like leaving me a comment letting me know how you would do this differently, just know I already know you're right. Almost every aspect of this was done incorrectly, and I would not repeat it if I were to do it again. This is bad. This is really bad.
Do you think we'll need to put more buckets and drip trays down?
I think most of it's pretty well squeezed out by now. Oh my God. I don't think this could have gone any worse. Holy shit. My table saw is never moving again. Oh no. I posted a clip of me being stuck like a mouse in one of those sticky traps on Instagram during this process, and I had so many people reach out and they were just genuinely concerned, saying, how are you gonna clean that up? And oh my gosh, I don't even know how I would begin to clean that up. I genuinely was not that worried about it. I have that kind of mentality of like a pickup truck is designed to get scratches and a garage floor is designed to have epoxy spilled on it. So even if my floor just permanently had epoxy, it's kind of a nice color. It wasn't dyed, it was just that nice natural denim color. So I wasn't losing a lot of sleep over it, but Scott was a little bit concerned when he came in and saw everything and how bad it was. So he really insisted that we try to clean it up. And he said if nothing else would at least make an interesting video. So I had this floor scraper and I was actually shocked at how well this epoxy came up, which is a good lesson for if you're gonna do an epoxy floor, you need to prep it really well, because my floor was obviously dirty and this epoxy just flaked right up. Building an all denim top left me a ton of options for the legs, because I think almost anything would look awesome with that denim. I think you could use steel legs, aluminum legs. I think walnut could look really cool. This is white oak, but this isn't actually what you're gonna see when I get these legs finished, because I wanted something a little bit more unique even than that, and something that really paired nicely with the upholstery theme. And so there's a guy that a couple years ago, he reached out and says, hey, I do high-end upholstery for automobiles. Would you be interested in collaborating on a project? And we've kind of kept in touch over those years, but I never really had an idea until this project. And my idea is this: to wrap these white oak legs in stitched leather, kind of like a car upholstery, almost like a steering wheel. So I reached out to him and he's like, yeah, we can do that. And he hasn't seen the legs yet, so he's gonna come by, inspect everything, but that is the plan, to wrap these in stitched leather. If you build a live edge slab table or an epoxy table and you bolt some steel legs onto it, the woodworking snob community will call you a hack and say you're not a real woodworker. However, you take that same top and you attach some nice curved solid wood legs like this, that same community probably still call you a hack, but they'll add in, but those legs aren't so bad. So this is how I stave off judgment from the woodworking snobs. This is based on an acrylic design. We sell this 3-piece kit on my website. There's a link in the description. And it's just a really, really easy, approachable way to make some nice curved legs, which seem really hard, but really you're just tracing a template with a router. I went with a 3/4 inch round over bit for the edge profile. I thought it would look really nice and also work really well with that leather being stretched around it. However, after I got it all routed, I was really starting to second guess the design of these legs. Hang on a second with that. Do you think this is too thick? I didn't like the way the walnut one we did. I thought they were too thin.
Yeah.
And so this is only like 3/4 inch more, but now it looks a little girthy.
It's chunky. I feel like it could be a little thinner.
I wish you weren't right, but you're always right. Yeah, let's make them thinner. I brought the legs down from 2.75 to 2.25 inches, which was a much better finished size. Got back to the shop and went to work on building these mounting plates, and aluminum would have been a lot cheaper and probably easier. However, nothing is cooler than brass with denim, in my opinion anyway, so I'm building solid brass mounting plates. However, when I went to drill these, I found I had a chipped drill bit, and I didn't know that yet, but it led to a bunch of problems. Christ. Knocked it away. Why does it do that? I slowed it down, now do I speed it up? Maybe? Alright, stand back and record. Yep. I spent an embarrassing amount of time flinging brass plates across my shop before eventually I figured out the problem with that previous drill bit was a little chip in the end, which was acting like a barb and just catching that brass and throwing it. And eventually I got it worked out and was ready to start talking upholstery with the upholstery guy. So this is the upholstery guy, Shaheen, and no matter how much I pushed him, he wouldn't take any money for this project. I kept telling him he needs to be paid for his craft, and he said that he really just wanted to be a part of this project, thought it would look really cool, and from what I can gather, just did it for love of the craft. However, I'm going to make it up to him in the end. You can see I had a slight problem with the mold release on the melamine attached to that denim slab there, and I feel like I might owe an apology to a product from a previous video. Whoever monster sells this should be up there with Philip Morris and the tobacco community. In that video, I was using a new mold release for the first time and it didn't work very well, so naturally I blamed the mold release, and this video I went back to using a mold release that I know works very well. However, I still had an issue, which means the problem was with me, so I can't rule out the possibility that the problem was with me on that other mold release as well. My original idea for this table was to create a kind of Damascus effect using all those different layers of denim. However, I did a few sample pieces leading up to this, and I know this looks super cool here. However, the finish process I was using, it just didn't look nearly as cool when finished, so I'm going back to a different design, which is going to be to laminate a single sheet of denim on top of this to give just that perfectly uniform, smooth denim look. Although I do love the way this looks right now. As I was getting closer to finishing this desk, I started thinking about what should I actually do with it when it's done. Should I keep it for myself? Should I just sell it outright on my website? Should I hold another auction? Should I do some sort of charity raffle? Eventually I came up with what I think is the perfect solution. Have I told you what we're doing at the table yet?
You have not.
I think I want to surprise Shaheen when he delivers the legs and just give him the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He wouldn't take any money, no matter like how much I was like, no, you should be paid. And then he doesn't want like a shout out. He doesn't want to be in the video, and he doesn't even like want business from this. He's just doing it for the craft. Let's call him and see how far out the legs are, and then I'll hint to him about the table, but he won't know that it's coming.
Okay, cool.
This is how you know it's not staged. They're not going to answer.
Please leave your message for Chuck.
So Shaheen texted me back pretty quick after that with a progress photo and asked if there was a date that I needed the legs done by, and we went back and forth a little bit, and eventually I thought it'd be fun to needle him and say, nice, I found a landing spot for the desk too. He's a super nice guy. Definitely a perfectionist though. Just trying to put a little bit of pressure on him, but he doesn't know that he's actually the perfectionist. And then he threw a curveball right back at me and said, oh, perfect. How does he know he wants it without it being done? Which I didn't have a response to. Eventually I just said, I guess he could change his mind when he sees it, which seemed to work well and put a little bit more pressure on him. It's like, not enough. Not enough, Scott. All right, for once, I'm gonna be honest with myself. I just know this isn't gonna be enough epoxy. And right now, we just basically wasted some epoxy and some denim. But if I keep going with this, it'll turn into just a nightmare. So I'm gonna be responsible for the first time in my life, and we're just gonna peel it up, call it a loss, and live to fight another day. If you didn't quite catch what happened there, I didn't feel like I had enough epoxy to completely saturate that denim, and If it didn't get completely saturated, I could potentially have a big bubble in the middle or part of it delaminate, which would obviously ruin the project. So starting fresh with a little bit more epoxy and new sheeted denim. But this next step is what makes me nervous because I've had problems with that melamine sticking to epoxy lately. If this top sheet sticks to the melamine, I'm going to be back to square one because I'm going to have to go in, get it completely planed off again, re-laminate this sheet, which will just be an absolute nightmare. So hopefully, crossing my fingers, I have it clamped down nice and tight, but also don't get it stuck to that melamine like I did last time. Scott and I showed up the next morning in our matching uniforms, ready for the moment of truth, and initially it did not want to break free, and this made me so nervous. However, I wedged that under there and the entire thing broke free, so I was so relieved that I could finally start making some progress on this top.
Jesus, the cute time, man.
I've had my virtual epoxy workshop live for about a year and a half or so now, and it's gone extraordinarily well, but I will admit it's an investment because right now the cost is like $149, and for most people that means if you want to spend that kind of money, you need to be ready to build an epoxy table right now. So I wanted to create a lower price point item that people could kind of dip their toe in the water and see if they even want to build an epoxy table. So I created a PDF version of my virtual workshop with lots of photos, lots of illustrations, tons of step-by-step instructions,
Shut the fuck up,
and this one
Austin.
only costs $14.95. So it is 10% the cost of the full workshop, and if you've already bought the full workshop, or if you want to buy the full workshop, you get this included at no charge. And if you want a little bit more information, there's a link in the video description
Issue
below.
or something, so they're down right now.
There's probably not many of you out there, but some of you that have been watching my videos long enough might actually recognize these outlets back when I had a real job and had to go to work every other week. And I used the same hardware building my wife a desk maybe 4 years ago or so. And these outlets are by a company called Juniper Design. I'll leave a link in the video description. And they're not super cheap, but they're also not offensively priced. They're made from a solid billet of brass, I believe, and for that, I believe they cost about $100 up to $170 for the most expensive one. And there's even a matching light, which I'm not using in this desk, but I did use in my wife's desk. These outlets are designed to be mounted right on top of a table, so if you're looking at it horizontally, they would sit proud about 1/4 of an inch. And I just think they look so much cooler if they're flush mounted, which is what I did on my wife's desk. And practically wise, I could see why you wouldn't want that, because if you spill a drink, it could literally go right down into the outlet. However, I think the risk is worth the reward here, and this is a little jig that I created. It's just a 2.75 inch hole with the appropriate bushings on my router and a 1/2 inch router bit, and here's why I like that flush mount look right there. For the edge profile on the denim top, I wanted something that really highlighted the fact that we literally did use 50 sheets of denim stacked on top of each other and didn't cut any corners, so to speak. And for that, I'm using a 3/4 inch roundover bit, which just looking at it from the top, you'll see all those layers of denim. Also, it's the same radius we used on the table leg, so it'll complement that perfectly. I will admit, early on in this project, I was very, very discouraged. It was a very messy project, and worse than that, I didn't even think it looked very good early on. And at this point, though, I am highly encouraged. I think it looks really cool, and I'm having a ton of fun. I was already wondering, what other denim projects can I do? Could I do curved ones? Could I do different colored denim? It was so much fun and so much flexibility because, believe it or not, this denim and epoxy actually works just like wood. I was chiseling out these corners and I couldn't believe how sharp of a corner I could get with my standard wood chisel. And the nice thing about denim though, it's not going to expand and contract like wood. So I get even more freedom when it comes to mounting plates like this because I can have these perfectly snug. All right, this probably falls into the what did you expect category, but building furniture out of denim is kind of hard because as I've sanded the epoxy off, it's now kind of got those ribs again, where if I drag my fingernail across, I can feel the ribs. And I have done samples of this, so I'm not completely winging it. I have a couple samples and I know it can look cool, but I think right now what I need to do is seal this up before I really get into my sanding process, and then we can spray it after that because I need that seal coat to kind of penetrate these ribs and give me something to sand. Initially, I did some tests with Armor Seal, and it worked really well. The problem was I had to wait like a day or more between coats. This here is a catalyzed sanding sealer, which was ready to sand in like an hour, which is my favorite thing. So it's designed to be sprayed on. However, for this, since I'm going to be sanding it off anyway, I just brush it on with that foam brush. And now I'm going to go through my normal sanding progression just like I would wood. I believe I went up to 320 grit before starting the actual spraying process. I've never actually built anything with veneer myself, but I got the feeling that sanding this denim was similar to sanding veneer because that top layer is only about 0.035 inches, and if I sand through it, it could completely ruin the look of the table. And I will admit there were a couple spots where I think I sanded a little bit too far and you could almost start to see that color change. So something I got to watch a little bit more carefully on the next denim table I do. And here's a tip I got from people after my last finishing debacle is really wetting everything down before I start the finishing process. In my last video, I did this DIY spray booth with some drop cloths that I'm pretty sure actually made it worse than not doing the DIY spray booth at all. So I'm trying something a little bit different, but I'm also using a much different finish. This is a catalyzed water-based finish. So it dries to the touch in like 15 minutes, allegedly anyway. So I'm hoping that this still morning with the doors open and little air movement is gonna be better with this catalyzed finish. I have a heavy-duty air filter going right now, and also you should know this is a water-based finish, so it's not like spraying a heavy conversion varnish out into the environment. Any particles that do get suspended in the air are probably going to land in my shop or go in that air filter, and any that don't, it's just a water-based finish, so it shouldn't hurt anything either way. And this is the sanding sealer. It's by Renner, I believe. They were pretty helpful. I called them a few times, got a few questions answered. They do require the sanding sealer coat, and this is the top coat. And I wish I could tell you how many coats I did. I really can't remember. I did several though. I think I did 2 of the sanding sealer and probably at least 3 or so of this top coat. If you've seen some of my recent videos, you know that I'm pretty new to the world of spray finishing, but I will say that each project I do feel like I'm actually getting slightly better. I needed that acrylic to cure for about 3 days before moving on to polishing, so in the meantime, I'm going to get these brass mounting plates finished, and always fun going from this kind of mill scale look to a semi-polished look, and started with 100 grit, went up to about 180 grit just to get it a little bit nicer and make me look like I'm actually a decent metal worker, which I definitely am not. After those 72 hours had passed, I moved on to the wet sanding of this piece, which was pretty cool that I could sand this 2K acrylic in just 3 days, because a normal water-based finish, they say you can't start wet sanding for like 30 days. And I love efficiency, so I sanded it with the 1500 grit and the 3000 grit before moving on to the polishing system. And this is one you've probably seen me use before. It's by 3M. I'll leave a link to this one in the video description along with everything else that I used. And I will say there are some flaws in this piece. If you look close, you'll start to see some of the imperfections, but it actually looked much more like denim than I was anticipating, and I was really, really excited with how it looked.
True, John, true.
It can be pretty hard to convey in video just how dramatic of a change the N3 nano treatment gives a piece. And a piece like this, it'll give it that rich, wet look and protect it from scratches. But a piece like walnut or maple, it is shocking the difference that it makes. And not just the difference in protection, which is significant, but the rich, deep contrast that it gives. I have some side-by-side tests I've done. I'll also include a link to the N3 Nano and all the information on that in the video description. Shaheen saved the last few stitches so we could get something on camera here, and these legs look even better than I expected. They are absolutely flawless, and remember, Shaheen doesn't know that I'm giving him this entire table, so I decided to try a not-so-subtle line of questioning first. As a professional, like, would you have chosen these two colors to go together for yours? Like, if this was your desk?
I was pushing hard for you to get that brown, so yes.
Okay, good.
Think your picky guy's gonna like it? That picky guy you were talking about?
I think it's gonna be.
It was a fun project.
Scott, you met the guy. Do you think he's gonna like it?
I think so. I think it'll be.
Do you think it'll be nice enough for him?
Yeah.
I know the legs are gonna be nice enough. All right, Shaheen, you want to take this with you or you want me to deliver it to you?
The table?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
This is for you.
No way.
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah.
I spent so much time on the legs to make for you. Oh my gosh.
I told you it's for a perfectionist.
Oh, that's amazing.
If you want it.
Wow, I was texting my wife pictures of this the whole time.
Were you?
Yeah. So I got a text from my wife. I think that emoji sums it up.
Well, man, Scott, we want to do some cheesy wrap up now? What do we say now? What would Mr. Beast do? Give you like $1 million to go with your desk?
Hey, I mean, I picked the wrong YouTube channel.
You and me both. I like this denim so much, I could see this being a whole new phase to my career. Like Picasso had his blue phase or his cubism phase, this might be my denim phase. And before some of you jump on there and type saying that I'm comparing Picasso to myself, I would never do that. Picasso was a horrible woodworker. Every week I like to give a little bit of credit to people who make it all the way to the end of the video. So this week, start your question or comment with...
I'm gonna check the server times one more time. Jesus fuck. Estimated login time. Jesus. Alright, well. I guess I will end stream here. Because there's no point in me just sitting here for so long just staring at the fucking login screen. So, see you guys. First time the servers have been down. That's so annoying. Shut up, John.